Hello, this is Hops,
And this is Modin.
and together we are Moppsgaming. Today we will be showing you a Protoss tutorial, one of the safest builds you can go, wouldn't you say, Modin?
Yes, it is the 3-gate Robo. And as Hop said, it is one of the safest builds you can go as Protoss, as any race, versus any race, I should say, because you
Yes.
get the early detection out. No DTs will kill you, no Banshees will kill you. You will have the Zealot to complete a wall if you are versus a Zerg, and you have 3 gates of production. Then you have 2 gas geysers. You are free to tech up, expand, do whatever you want.
If you're really looking to get into the later game and you really want to work on your macro, this is the build to go.
It is the safest expand build. There are others that
Yes.
we will post, but this will be the safest. So the build order for this build is you want to get your first pylon on 9 supply. You get a 13 gate, and with the probe that made that gate, you want to go scout. Then you get a 14 gas, 15 pylon, 17 cyber, 18 you get your first zealot, 21 supply you get your second gas geyser, 22 that's as soon as your cyber core finishes you want to get your stalker and warp gate, 25 robo along with another pylon, 26 you get a sentry. And then right after the sentry you throw down 2 more gates, then you make an observer. And then at 31, you build another pylon. And that is where this build ends.
Alright, we will see that all played out now, of course.
Exactly. And so the glory with this is that you should be able to get 2, maybe 3 sentries out, depending on if you want to save up your gas for sentries. And you can hold off any early pressure that way, because if they try to push up the ramp and you place a nice force field, he won't be going anywhere, and then you just keep placing that force field and you can hold off the push until you get warp gates or the immortal out.
Yes,
And
if you're feeling especially frisky, you could divide his army up in your ramp with that force field and take off a few units while you get that force you need.
yes, this is one of the better builds to use in a PvP because it does counter a 4-gate. If you see the 4-gate coming, you want to get maybe 4 or 5 sentries, keep that ramp force fielded until you have 3 immortals, and then that is when you push out and take the game. Because if he 4-gated, the odds will be that he does not have that much back at home.
Yeah, the immortals just crush the 4-gate. Always remember to focus down those stalkers.
And remember to chrono boost. In this build, you want to be chrono boosting out mostly the probes, but nothing stops you from chrono boosting out the warp gate or other units. There, that was the robotics just thrown down. Nice scout of the base. I'm surprised the probe didn't stay in there longer. Normally it should stay in there longer because you want to get a good read. But since the build is already predetermined, it is the safest build, I guess just knowing where the opponent is very
Yes.
good.
Yeah, and that observer will go back anyways and find out shortly. But yeah, I do agree he should have got in there more. There's nothing really
Yeah,
holding him back.
normally in a PvP you want to see that second gas timing, because to know if a 4-gate is coming, you want to check if the Protoss took a second gas geyser. If he didn't and he is saving up chrono boost on his gateway, that is the sign.
4-gate
Yes.
of a 4-gate.
So there is that observer coming out back at home. During that time, looks like Protoss is going to do a little poke, but that is all just to try to gather more information. So that will be the end of this replay, because the opener is over. Going in
Yes.
for a nice little poke. And as you can see, 3 gates almost done, warp gate is almost complete, and the 3 gates should be like timed to finish just in time. How many sentries are out, Hops? Can you go take a look at that?
There are 1 right now.
1 sentry out. That is surprising. No,
Um,
actually, it is not, because that is the build order, a 26 sentry.
Yes,
and then the other sentries will come out later.
right after the second sentry, warp gate will finish, so you'll have a 3rd one following right after that, and of course these gateways will become warp gates. So yeah. Well, guys, hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Definitely try out this build if you haven't before. Like we said earlier, extremely safe and effective against defending a 4-gate especially. And
Yes.
mhm.
It is nice to expand behind this too. You will see that get a few immortals out, sentries out to use that gas and expand. Get nice force fields, and you should be able to crush any early pressure. Unless, of course, it's a Zerg, then you want to get more Zealots and maybe favor teching into Colossus.
Yes. All right,
So
guys.
please, guys, please check out our other tutorials if you haven't already. We have done a few all-ins. Now we're going more safe play, fast expanding play. If you guys have any builds to suggest us to cover, like this one was suggested to me by someone, please just send us an email, and we will try to get that one done as fast as we can.
Yeah, or leave a comment down below. We also check those out too.
Yes.
All right, well, we will catch you next time.